Shalom. And give praises on the glory Halbert Shemha Shah by Shemha Kadash. And double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and Thomas Truth. And peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful that. And so lucky I was just having a coffee moment. I had to end the last video. After a few seconds I started it, but yeah, man. Let's continue. But yeah, man. This woman here is she's lost her mind, man. At the end of the day, you'll see when you watch the video.
So this generational man hater and feminist was exposed for being a racist, and she was exposed for being a Trump supporter. Now, why is her being a Trump supporter important? Because, and this is what's hilarious to me, these feminists really believed that just because this woman comes on the internet and she hates men, that somehow she aligns with them politically. Because in reality, that is what feminism is in 2020. And this is the biggest indication to that. All she did was come online and hate on men. Never took policy, from what I've seen anyways. Never talked about any feminist issues, just hated on men. And these women thought that she aligned with them.
It's one of those ones. Literally, this woman come online to hate on men, but yeah, man, it's all just on that. And anyway, we know there's a whole lot of women, and we know that they're gonna follow it, man. And all I can say is feminism is dead, man. If you actually think about it, it's dead. It's literally falling apart before our very eyes, man.
With like everything, just because of that. But anyways, because of this exposure, she's now doing this rebranding, right? She's changing her content almost. And she done a live with a former generational man hater in Priscilla, which was actually hilarious. But before we get into that, let's look at what she said about Priscilla.
Priscilla started talking about women. I'll admit that I was kind of like, dang, like what is she talking about? But then I started reflecting about my own experiences with women, and I was like, damn, I think she's right. Women are in competition with each other. Women will turn on each other, and women will be fake with each other. One example here that I'm really confused about, I've never been a fake person. I never pretend to like people just to like people. I don't follow people I don't like.
Generational man here, by the way. She's a part of the All Men Brigade. Now, she's had a little bit of controversy. All of a sudden, Priscilla's right. And women hate each other. Just one experience.
I also don't pretend to pick sides and just try to remain neutral when I'm not, right? In reality, this is really just showing a lot of people's weird behavior. It was never about a movement, right? It was about creating a clique online, right? Cecilia Regina here. The entire movement was really a sham. I really thought, well, actually, I didn't think. I was like, this is my story. I'm going to come on here and I'm going to use some hashtags that are relevant to what I'm talking about. But then I realized, there was a few women on here that, talked about the same thing. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
All this is in relation to the fact that she also got exposed for stealing content. Cecilia, whatever her name is, another man-hating feminist. Apparently, she stole her content. And now she's getting backlash from women from that as well. Okay, she's getting a lot of backlash right now. But she said Priscilla was right. So, let's see. Because Priscilla said a lot of things. What was she right about?
Women do all this wicked stuff and claim girls only when they want you to help them keep their man from cheating. Women want to bring up a girl's code when they want to keep their man from cheating. And the reason they do that is because they want to use sex to control the man so they can put him on sexual punishment to keep him in line. But if he's able to go sleep with another woman outside of their union, then she can't control him, because the only way that women actually have any form of control over a man is through sex. Women gossip, plot against each other, compete against each other, all that. It's a girl's code. You ain't supposed to be helping him cheat. They attack you and not the man. The man who made a vow to you not to cheat and to be with you to death do you part. You'll bypass him and fight a woman and scream girls code. Ain't no damn girls code. Ain't never been one. Problem is, she thinks she's different. See, women can't stand other women. Women hate each other. And there's a reason that they hate each other and are fake. But she thinks that she's different. Once you
I scripture just came to my head. If thou gettest a friend. If thou gettest a friend. Hopefully I spelled it right. If thou gettest a friend. Oops. Here we go. As it makes mention, Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7. It says, if thou wouldest get a friend, well, it says prove him first, but in this case, it's talking about women. It says, and be not hasty to credit him. And even then, when it comes to these females, what I'm going to say is they're full of confusion, man. Full of confusion. And then they try and manipulate you to believe they're crazy confusion. Like it's normal. Crazy, man. And it says, for some man is a friend for his own occasion. But obviously in this case, it's talking about a woman. I will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And the crazy thing is, that's how these women are. As soon as I look up at how come upon you, they're gone, man. They're gone to look for a new friend. They can't be trusted out here, man. And it says, and there's a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. So yeah, they'll be looking to, what's the word? To basically come against you, man. Looking for all the things that you've done wrong. And again, it says, again, some friend is a companion at the table. So yeah, before others, they're all friendly and they're there for you. And will not continue in the day of thy affliction. Yeah. Yeah, man. As it says, they're gonna run away, man. And it says, but in thy prosperity, it says he, but obviously told my woman, will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. So I'm not being prideful. If thou be brought low, it says he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. So yeah, as soon as a little bit of iniquity comes upon you, yeah, man, that woman gonna be gone, man. And it says, but in thy prosperity, it says he will be as thyself and will be. Actually, I just I literally just read that. And it says, separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends. And yeah, man, especially with these women, man. like for real, the fake, man. The fake. Like literally, man, the fake, man. Like a lot of being around women, man, and they just be chatting BS and chatting shit to each other. Literally, they just be saying things to make it sound good. And even then, there's always that one or the friend be fat as hell, and she be popping on the makeup looking all nasty. And she, yeah, she be putting on the makeup, looking all nasty and gross. And then the friends will come in and be like, yeah, you look amazing, man, you're 10. They just line up the whole place, man, just the line. But yeah, man, be careful of these worldly females.
She thinks that she's different. Once you get the woman, 9 times out of 10, she ain't worth keeping. 9 times out of 10, she ain't worth keeping. And women don't like to hear that. That's because women they can't see themselves. They don't see how they act. They don't see what they do. They actually think that they're better than other women. See, they can see it in another woman. See, they can see it in another woman, but they can't see it in themselves because there's a reason that women hate other women. The problem is that she thinks she different. And there's a reason why women couldn't imagine being in a community with just women. There's a reason why women couldn't even see themselves dating somebody similar to them. And then they getting mad because men be like, shoes, we better off being by ourselves with each other. You gay, because he don't want you.
You've never seen a band like this before.
Bruh.
We drop a new song.
Gay, because he don't want you. Majority of women are absolutely delusional. They are.
How so?
But why? Oh, well, they're delusional because they believe that there's this special man specifically for them.
Yes.
That will worship the ground that she walk on for eternity and not.
Yeah, that's nothing but lies, man. And it can easily be proven with the scriptures. And even then, the Lord has let us know, man. To every one man, there's 7 women. And just look how many men there is in the world. And then I don't know what to times it by, but there's a whole load of women, man. There's a whole load of women. But even then, like I be saying, man, these women, they basically have this to look forward to, man. I've said before, now they speak. As it says here, man. See, you know, I can read from up here, man. 2 just 9:9. It says, then shall there be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. So yeah, man, that hell, that trouble, that anguish, the Lord's gonna bring it. And a lot of these women are gonna be taken by it, man. Why? Because obviously they're wicked women. And evidently the Lord ain't forgiven them. And it says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And then again, if you look at the benefits that these women get, it's literally out as well, man. And it says, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet as a place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. Yeah, man, you be seeing these, well, over there in America anyway, you be seeing these 3 or 4s, or these hoes coming around, cursing at the prophets, opening their mouths to literally disrespect them. And it says the same must know it after death by pain. Wonderful. And it says, and therefore be not curious how the ungodly shall be punished, and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is, and for whom the world is created. So yeah, this world was made for the righteous, man. And that's another reason why the so-called Edomites, or the so-called white people, the ones who are actually Edomites, they're gonna be done away with because they're not needed in that time. And like it says, I've said before, and now do speak. You know what? Let me break that down properly. Like it says, I've said before, meaning in the time that he was actually saying that, meaning in the past tense. And now do you speak, meaning in the time that he was actually saying this. I will speak it also hereafter, meaning when he comes back, being that reincarnation, that there be many more of them which perish than of them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. And even then, you've seen a drop of water fall out from a tap. That compared to a massive wave. That's crazy, man. And they seem like walking around like to say it's all good. You see, you know what? And let me get the quick scripture on the reincarnation. Wait, is it Daniel 9? Actually, it might be Daniel 12. Actually, no. Daniel 7. Here we go. Daniel 12 and 12. It says, blessed is he that waiteth, yeah, waiteth upon the Lord, and cometh to the 1,305 days. And it says, but go thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest. Meaning he was going to die, or his terrestrial body was going to die, but he would be up above in the so-called paradise with the Lord until he was ready to come back down. Or should I say, until the Lord was ready to send him back down. And stand in thy lot at the end of the days, which Daniel's lot was to be a prophet. And he was told he was going to come back and prophesy again, man. And even then we can clear it up with this as well, man. Revelation, you know what? Eat the little book. As it says here, man. Revelation 10 and 9, it says, and I went unto the angel and said unto him, give me the little book, being the Bible. And they said unto me, take it and eat it, and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. Literally, this is a play on words, man. It's not talking about actually eating the book. It's talking about to consume it, to digest it, to take the words in. And even then, when you eat something, it goes into your mouth. Hence why it was sweet like honey. For example, knowing that you're Israelite, knowing that this world that we live in, it's literally what's the word it's actually known as what's it called it's a small tribulation. At the end of the day, as the sons of God, or should I say as the people of God, we're gonna rule upon this earth, man. And when I say we're gonna rule, I mean it's a forever thing, man. And then again, going into the bitter, where it goes into your stomach, man. And then again, knowing that your friends might die, or you might die. The people you love might die. And it says, and I took it It says, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, meaning he digested it, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I'd eaten it, my belly was better. And he said unto me, thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. So you ever do talking about the so-called prophet? Nah, bro. Nah, man. The Lord said he was going to raise them up again. Or dudes talking about, oh, this guy was a prophet, but he's dead. And yet he ain't come back. Nah, man. The Lord said the prophets will come back. Why? Because that to prophesy this word, man. That to raise up the elect. Or should I say prophesy the word to raise up the elect. It's as simple as that, man. Let's carry on.
Ground that she walk on for eternity and not see any other woman besides her and not have any sexual desire for another woman outside of her and give her all of his money and all of his attention to her.
In time.
In time.
Yeah.
And she believes that the older she gets, the more opportunity that she's going to face. You know why? Because she does not understand men.
Now, Priscilla's right. Coming off of getting 300,000 subscribers of It's All Men and Men Are Evil. Now, Priscilla's right. Huh. After one incident, one piece of controversy. But this is the most hilarious part. Okay. Because in her in her All Men Are Evil, listen to her justified voting for Trump. You had a chance to bring in a female president. It's all men. It's all men. You had a chance to bring in a female president. Let's look at her justification.
I see it.
Did you vote for Trump?
Do you want my answer? I voted for him one time.
Which time?
This last time. Yes, Trump is a racist, like you're saying, all these things, but on a bigger world stage.
And even then, if you actually want to get into it, Trump is not a racist. He's a nationalist, meaning he stands for his own people, in which I don't mind him doing that. Because at the end of the day, we already know he's must go into captivity. So let him go ahead and stand for his nation.
I also understand that the world would not respect a woman in office here. It would be a danger to the world stage, and it's not just about.
What? They wouldn't respect a woman in office? Is this the flawed villain, or is this Myron Gates? Or is this Andrew Tate? Someone let me know, because at this point, I can't tell the difference. There are a lot of people who voted for Trump. A lot. If you ask them, the overwhelming majority will say it had nothing to do with her gender. They didn't think she wasn't capable because she was a woman. You're talking about she wouldn't be respected. Why? The Australian...
It's even then, Kamala she was all over the place, man. She was filled with nothing but confusion. And you see, it even reminds me of the very thing that she said. She was like, how dare we say Merry Christmas? And then she comes out on another video saying Merry Christmas. Then she was talking about going down to the border, even though she ain't ever been there in her life. And she kept telling people that she's going down. Bruh, at this point, she was just chatting shit. And I guess the people could see it. But even then, if you want to think about it, going into those elections, it's already been chosen who's going to be the next president anyway. That before all the voting and stuff anyway.
or New Zealand Prime Minister is a woman. Done a fantastic job during COVID. youth who can do great things. What's this about?
Yeah, he was definitely talking shit there about that.
What's this about? And then on top of that, you admit in your mind that Trump is a racist. Yeah, Trump is a racist. I guarantee the overwhelming majority of people who voted for Trump don't believe he was a racist. Whether he is or isn't, they don't believe he is. If they thought he was a racist, they probably wouldn't vote for him. But you, in your mind, acknowledged that he's a racist, and you still voted for him. And Malcolm X was an op. And Rosa Parks was an op. And it's not a race thing, according to you.
If you actually want to think about it, she's not wrong about it. About Rosa Parks and Malcolm X being opposition. That's literally the reason why they were there. They were literally there to deceive the people, or shall I say, to deceive the Israelites over there in America. Hence why when Malcolm X basically came out and said he done these people wrong, man. He literally led them down to destruction, in which he did.
Man! I already know what side you would have been on during the Civil Rights Movement.
To that, there is no justification for being a women's empowerment, decenter man.
They're two completely different things, Priscilla. Women's empowerment, she's not a women's empowerment creator. She makes no videos empowering women. She hates men. They're very different things. This is what people don't understand. Modern day feminism is just the hatred of men. They don't empower each other.
Content creators, and then vote in direct opposition of that message. That literally takes the rights away from women.
I'm trying to hear
times where men could break their jaws, get them pregnant, break their ribs, and the police don't do nothing about it. Because back in 1973, it was still legal to beat your wife and kill her, and no cop would do anything about it. It wasn't until 1993 that it became illegal to beat your wife. It wasn't until President Clinton was in office that was overturned to aligning with Trump. Because a lot of people are being hurt behind what he's doing. So many people losing their jobs. So many people can't take care of themselves. There's people dying. Now people are about to be forced to be married just to get medical care. Right? And all of this was stated in Project 2025. And a lot of people...
Man, for that shit, man. Say with the chest. Right? Say with the chest. You voted Trump 2024. Say that shit with your chest, man. I wish I could have found more clips of this live. Because I got the energy today. I would have cooked her. Okay? It would have just been straight cooking.
As easy as it would be for me to say that I wasn't thinking when I voted or that I don't watch the news, I had to ask myself the same question that hundreds of you are asking me, is why did I vote the way I did? I've spent the last few days reflecting, and I feel like I came through some sort of
Bro, it's just simple, man.
or like
Your
blindfolds were
woman,
ripped off my eyes. I started seeing things differently. I questioned my
Your woman living
beliefs,
in
my
America.
choices, and my role in all of it. I started to
You
realize
had to
that
already
it
mash
wasn't
up.
just this one choice I made. It was kind of an accumulation of choices I've been making for years. Like, for example, when I had my first daughter, I never taught her Spanish because I didn't care to have her learn Spanish. And after having my second daughter, I kind of knew that I wanted her to speak Spanish because I wanted her to be able to speak with my family and connect with them and have a sense of belonging with them. The hate I received online, although it was harsh, I feel like it was so needed, and I'm so thankful for it because it made me realize things that I was blind to for so many years. I feel like living in South Florida, surrounded by Republican voices, I was brainwashed into thinking I was one of them. I fell for the propaganda, the normalization of cruelty, and I believed the lies that gave me a false sense of security and belonging. I was convinced that voting for Trump was for the economy or against crime, when in reality I was supporting a man and a movement that dehumanizes people. He basically built his platform on targeting immigrants, spreading hate, and pushing policies that ultimately broke families apart. I regret my vote so...
I don't get this. You know, before you vote, all the information is readily available to you. You can go on sites, you can see what they actually want to do. Like, you can do the research to make an informed vote. Now, sometimes they lie, they're politicians. But yeah, people acting like they didn't know what they were doing before they done it. It's just, I don't know.
So deeply, and if I could go back and change it, I would. My vote wasn't just a mistake, it was the ultimate betrayal of the very people that I come from. My dad isn't a criminal. He was a hardworking man. He raised me and my four
What
siblings.
idiot,
And
man.
now he's fighting for his life in a cell.
Yeah.
I'm still fighting with everything I have to see if I can get him released so that he's able to spend his final days at home surrounded by his family and his children. When I voted for Trump, I supported the very system that allows this kind of cruelty to happen. That is a choice that I have to live with. Some people have said that my family deserves this, or that I or my dad deserve it, or that it's some sort of justice. But no person deserves to go through anything like this. No person deserves to be ripped away from their family. No one deserves to die alone and sick and far from people who love them. To my family, to my community, to my children, and to every single person who has been affected by the choice that I made, I am so, so sorry. I started educating myself on immigration.
And even then, that's just making mention. No one's supposed to go for these things, or they don't deserve it. But the Lord said, He's gonna cause Esau, with a so-called white man, to literally gather people and throw them in jail. But that's what He's going to do. And that time's coming. It might be Revelation 3, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, no, it might be 2. Where is it? You know, I'll just find it out this one. Oh, see, there we go. I'm right past it. Revelation 2 and 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. And even then, we know the Lord is going to be with His children. It's as simple as that. It says the devil or the deceiver. Because if you go into the etymology of that word, devil, that's the very thing you're going to see, man. Someone who's a deceiver, man. Someone who's a liar. Shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried. And you shall have tribulation 10 days, or a perfect amount of time. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So evidently that's talking about the hopeful elect right there, man. I ain't talking about no one else but the hopeful elect.
A warning has been issued as the UK prepares.
Educating myself on immigration, on the U.S. history, on systematic racism, and how people in power manipulate and try to divide us. I'm reading, listening, learning, and unlearning everything that I thought I knew. And to anyone who is feeling the same regret as I am, I want you guys to know that there's still a way for us to move forward, but it starts with honesty first. Somewhere along the way, I forgot where I came from. I forgot the dirt roads I used to walk down. I forgot the bucket paths I used to take. I forgot my mom's struggle and my dad's sacrifice to come to a brand new country to start a life for all of us.
Or you could just say, you follow the ways of America, or the door of Babylon, and now you fought.
When I voted the way that I did, I turned my back on all of it. I know that a lot of you aren't going to forgive me, and I'm really not expecting anyone to, but I just want everyone to know that I'm going to move forward with more compassion, continue educating myself, and fight for those who can't fight for themselves.
Now, look, this is where people are going to say I'm being harsh, and I'm going to say you guys are being simps, okay? Because just because you apologize, what does that mean? Oh, you took accountability. What? I have to stop joking now? I have to stop my criticism? Oh my God, you took accountability. Fantastic. How you forget your dad's an immigrant? Look at the sacrifices that he made. I'm pretty sure you knew he was illegal. And she has videos that she's posting now, and the captions are, after being brainwashed into thinking I was white.
Life does not. Oh my God. Oh my God.
But she a full on retard, bro. She a retard.
Oh my God.
What? So you voted for Trump because in your mind you're white, and in your mind Trump is for white people. That's why you voted for it. How the hell does your perceived whiteness, or your proximity to your perceived whiteness, how you put that over your illegal immigrant dad? I think Trump supporters would look at people like yourself who have illegal immigrant family members who want them to stay in the country. They'll look at you and go, you voted for Trump? Really? You have illegal immigrant family members and you voted for Trump? You want them to stay and you voted for Trump? That don't really make sense.
Bro, I am trying to watch this. Nah, that was that, man. Forget that. All I can say is, I want to give all praises of the glory. See how Bashim Avishai, Bashim Kakadash, and Yemen Shalom.